Navin Lalu's streaming network. Specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, सबको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। जिसका न कोई संगे साथ, ईश्वर है रखवाला। जो निर्धन है, जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा। प्यार के मोती, प्यार के मोती लुटाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। क्या बात है। आशा टूटी, ममता रूठी, छूट गया है किनारा। बंद करो मत द्वार दया का, दे दो कुछ तो सहारा। दीप दया का, दीप दया का जलाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते 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 चलो। Pandit, just let me know when you're ready. पिंजरे के पंछी पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को।
Sitaram, everyone. I don't know if it's appropriate to say welcome, but I will have to say welcome to you all. Such a solemn event. Nobody is really prepared for something like this, but from my late father, once it have taken birth, you agreed for this day as well. So on behalf of my mom, Parvati, Pravir, Pavita, my extended family, we'd like to welcome each and every one of you here to show your support and give your encouragement to this family. Pandit Mukesh, Sitaram, Pandit Satyam, Jai Sitaram, forgive me. So I'll hand you over now to Pandit Mukesh to do the relevant prayers. Thank you.
प्रेम से बोले से अयोध्यापति रामचंद्र की जय मापति महादेव की. My dear devotees, at this time I invite each and everyone to please stand as we all join together in our invocation mantras. As we clasp our hands together, we close our eyes, we bow our heads and pray. Today we join with members of the bereaved family as we pay tribute to the son of this home, as we pay tribute to the son of this soil, and to a great friend, a father, husband. Indeed, we all are gathered to pay our final respects to him. Hari Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha Sri Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanudamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum Govinda Govinda Hare Murari Govinda Govinda Mukunda Krishna Govinda Govinda Ratangapani Govinda Damodar Madhaveti Om Namo Vijnana Rupaya Paramananda Rupini Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodharam Vasudevam Hari Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Ballabam Janaki Nayakam Ramachandra Bhaje Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Everyone. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की. सब लोग आराम से बैठे. Devotees, you can kindly be seated. At this time, my dear devotees, whilst our ceremony will commence, to fast track a little bit, because we will have a few speakers well to speak, I will hand over to Dayanand to do the needful. Firstly, I will ask him to allow the Pandits that who are here to let them do their part first.
Thank you, Panditji. Sitaram again, everyone. So I'd like to call to the microphone Pandit Satyam to give his blessings on this solemn event. Pandit Satyam.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Today, my dear devotees, we are all gathered here to celebrate the life of a very wonderful brother who has indeed impacted upon our lives to such a manner that despite the types and the trials and tribulations of this entire world, we are indeed here to give this family the strength that they need in such time of trials and tribulations. My friends, Death is something that each and every one of us have to undergo at some point in time. When and how, we do not know. I mean, it is no secret that myself as well as his family has been associated for generations upon generations. And my mother even told me a very wonderful anecdote that when I was going to Pinal Government Primary School, Pravin was indeed in a couple of classes higher than me. And he was like our bouncer. Nobody could not come around us because he always had that brotherly protective instinct. Because when it comes to family, that was something that he truly treasured and something that he truly valued. I remember growing up over here, there was old Kingswood parked to the side here, and myself as well as my sister would come. The odometer was broken, so we would take our fingers and we pretend we're racing off the accelerator and so forth, and the car speeding going on. And Pravin would also come and join with us and all too. You know, these are some of the fond memories that we will have, and it's something that can never be taken away from our lives. We all know that this wonderful brother had fought a very long and a very tedious battle. But my dear devotees, as chapter 2 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita teaches us, that we are indeed just going through certain phases within our lives, that once the soul has indeed completed the use of one body, it rejects this one and then takes yet another. My friends, having the loss of such a monumental individual in society, it indeed plays a very serious toll within our heartstrings. So much so, my friends, that we believe to ourselves that we have been wronged. But to die, my dear devotees, we all have to die. What matters the most is how we live our lives, and how is it that we are indeed giving to each and every one of us some sort of hope and some sort of courage and motivation to live a better way. My friends, as we join together, as we bid farewell to this physical form of this wonderful brother, I would like to ask all of you to join together with me as we clasp our hands together, as we all now close our eyes. We ask of that divine form of Paramatma Bhagavan Shri Krishna Prabhu that his journey in this physical world has indeed come to an end. And now that it is about to commence in the spiritual realm, to be there to guide him, bless him, forgive him for whatever mistakes he may have committed in life, knowingly or unknowingly, and furthermore give this family the strength that they would be able to overcome such time of trials and tribulations. Bhaktajan, haath jodkar binati karo, let us clasp hands together. Let us all close our eyes, we offer this prayer. Om Govindam Gokulanandam Gopalam Gopivallabham Govardharudharam Dhiram Govardharudharam Dhiram Tam Vande Gomati Kriyam Tam Vande Gomati Kriyam. Everybody, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Loudly, devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Once more. Om Namo Bhagavate Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam. Ehi Satya Karte. Thank you, Bhai.
Thank you very much, Pandit Satyam. You know, our late father, the late great Pandit Ramnaresh Persad, he taught us one thing, you know, how to live with our neighbors. Not just they being a neighbor, but like family. My neighbor across the road, she would always say that she's my mother, right? And I am her son. We neighbors are next door here. They say they are our brothers. So I'd like to call on one of our brothers, neighbor, Zuli, to give his blessings and comfort and encouragement to the family at this point in time. Zuli.
To my Muslim brothers and sisters, and to my brothers and sisters in humanity, I'd like to wish you all with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum and welcome. This is indeed a tough task for me because Pravin, going back to the past, our parents, my mother and father, and his parents grew up like one. They have spent many times, many years together in many instances, many occasions. I recall, I believe all the weddings that took place here, they were always here together, be Muslim or Hindu. Despite what, they were always one. And because of that unity that they have bonded among themselves, we have here bonded with them. Pravin was like one of us. He was a brother to the family. He would come, he would lime. I recall the cricket days that we would have. Just some nights ago, Barry and I was talking about the school days that they would have had. And the unity that was there, it was never a difference of anything. We always had that bond. Seeing Pravin here now, it reminds me of our scripture in the Quran where it says, Kullun nafsin dha'ikatul maut. And that is, every soul shall indeed taste of death. As the Pandit would have said, and I would reiterate, once we come into this world, death we have to face. The question is when. We don't know when that time would be. Unfortunately, this is Pravin's time. And on behalf of myself and the entire, I would say, Gul Hamid clan from next door, I pray and ask that Allah bless the family with sabr, with patience, that they go through this time of loss, and that they make it easy, that He make it easy for them, and comfort them, and bless them. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, my brother Zuli. I'd like to call to the microphone one of Pravin's friends who were there with him during satsang, during enjoyable times as well. So I'd like to call on the microphone Steve.
Sitaram. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to each and every one of you. Sometimes you just look for words to say, sometimes you have words to say, and sometimes you have nothing to say. Three things we must bear in mind. But me and Pravin would have went down about more than 30 years now. I know Pravin since he was going to school, secondary school, that is to say. And Pravin got to get in contact with me only by hearing I was a dantal player. And from that day onwards till his present time, me and Pravin would have spent all those years together. And as I say, sometimes you just know what to say and find words to say, but you have to say something. We have to all remember that we live in the last quarter. And what is the last quarter? The last quarter is now. And that quarter don't have no age. So we have to live in the moment, now, and live for now. Me and Pravin would have shared a lot of memories together with one of our great souls who had gone to the great beyond, Pandit Mohindra. God bless his soul wherever it may be, in whatever form it may have right now. And some of the memories we have shared is that, I want to share this one. This is unique because Pravin was so joyful and Pravin would have seen a lot of things up front. I remember that one night we was doing a jog on Rio Claro. And Pravin secretly tell me while Mohendra was reading Jug that Steve, something going to happen here tonight. And he was using, you know what Jug he was doing? He was doing Garud Puran. And in less than a minute after, one of the speaker box fell down. Nobody touched it and nobody know how it fell. That the kind of person Pravin was. He see that that was coming. And I just laughed. Because there's nothing I could have said. Again, you just lose, you don't find words to say certain things, but it has some things you could get the words to say. You know. Another issue, sometimes this one is a real jokey one. We went in a jug, and I went and I had food to eat. And when I finished it, I wanted to use the washroom. And when I went to use the washroom, Pravin and Mohendra was sitting waiting in the car. And when I gone back to the car, you know, Pravin tell me he want to go and use the washroom. And if you know Pravin, this type of person Pravin was he could have created anything in terms of making you laugh. Right? And when he went back to the washroom, Pravin trained me and Mohendra a bit. Two hours we went and sneak up on him. And while he was in the washroom, Pravin was saying, I go make them boys wait for me. And Pravin spent about 15 minutes doing nothing. That's the kind of person Pravin was. Very joyful. You name something that Pravin could make a joke out of. He could have created a joke for anything, any situation with anybody. And anybody, age have no limit. We live in the last quarter. So you must remember that. You know? So in life is not what we do, you know, or have relationship. Sometime again, we must remember is what we scatter in life and not the things that we gather that matters. You know? So that being said like that, thank you very much. And I wish you all the best for the rest of the day and your lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother Steve. So then I got to continue being Steve friend now because Pravin is no longer here. So I'll be Steve friend and try to make jokes like Pravin. And if anybody know Pravin, he was a giving guy. He was a giving guy. But the only problem with his giving is that you never know when you get it. You never know when you get it. And, you know, he will give things like, where you get in Sidha, he will give that. Sometimes, well, I'll give you one incident. He placed aloo in my sister's bag, her handbag where she goes to work with. But you know them ladies have more than one handbag. So she didn't go to work with the handbag for a little while. And when she did go to work with it, everybody watching she funny because she's smelling bad. It's because the aloo done rotten. And when she looking in she bag, well, okay, ladies doesn't look so, no. They just fumble up like that in the bag and she hadn't gone any potato. Right? Well, she will. You know when she called Pravin, what going to happen there? Yeah, so that is Pravin. I like to call one of my cousins. He's also like a brother to us. He only put off his flight twice to remain. Right? So I like to call to the microphone Vijay. You could probably offer a prayer and words of encouragement to the family as well.
A pleasant good morning to each and everyone. On behalf of my family, the Balkisuns, I will send my condolences to Ma, my sister-in-law Parvati, and the entire family. And this morning, I would like to pray that he rest in peace because he was my brother, my small brother. He was one of the eldest cousins, lives to the back. We all live together. But he always called me, I'm from Florida. So he always called me and we always chat. And he said he wanted to see me before what happened. So I came to spend a week. And we had a little chat, we had a little fun, we had a little talk, and we mingled. As my friend was saying, sometimes you don't have a word to say. but we're very funny similar. Me and Pravin, we make a lot of funny jokes. We laugh funny. And I would like to thank everybody for coming and getting this opportunity to speak a few words on behalf of the Balkistan family from Florida. I have a few words to say on behalf of my sister-in-law and the late Pravin Persad. Today, from his wife, today I say goodbye to the physical form of you. I want to say thank you for all you have done for me and our children. Your love, care, and duty toward us has never failed. We will cherish you for memories we made, and you will be our guiding light. Papa, I am sorry you had to leave us so early. I wish we had many more years together. I want you to know I have done my best. If I had faltered in any way, I am sorry. I thank you for caring. This is from Jesus. I thank you for caring for my husband and the love you gave him to the family and friends. Also from the PDRC family and my son Francis school family, I thank you for holding my hands during the journey. I could have never have done it alone. The special years will not return when we all meet together. But with love within our hearts, you will walk with us forever. I will forever love you. May your journey be to Sri Krishna be a peaceful one. Thank you very much, and I appreciate for listening to me for a few minutes. As I said, again, we go way back. Way back. I used to live in the back. Some guys called me Back Mamu or Bat Mamu. But I went away for a few years, but I keep in contact with the family. And we are very close. And my dear brother, I want to say something. He used to call me every day, whether in job or not in job. And I'll give him a good hearing. I always give him a listening, and I encourage him. And then last year, I surprised him for his birthday. And something he said to me, but we never get in those talks. I always encourage him because I know he wasn't well. He always say, Bredo, next year, I wouldn't see my birthday. I said, don't worry about that. We're spending this one. We have to thank God for every day and every moment and every time. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Back Mamu. All right. So before we have the eulogy, I would like to say thank you to so many people for coming and showing their support to this family, to Pravin. If I could call names, I am sure that I'm going to miss someone out. But like my father used to say, that when we do something for someone, when we do something, you do it for yourself, right? And that stores in the spiritual bank. My Anna used to tell me, so I had to turn spirit to go and draw that. That is how we were. Funny. We were all like a loose screw in all of our heads. Mine more. Pravin was in Tobago, and he insists on finding this house that has a bakery. And they drive whole of Tobago looking for a house that has this bakery, only to realize it is in Maruga. I think he purposely knew that, but he said, let me just tour them around, give them a tour of Tobago. In thanking people, whether your contribution was small, whether it was huge, if it was done with the right intention and purity of heart, rest assured, blessings will be all yours. Pravin never liked anything he never liked things for show, but he was a showman. Yes, he could make a show, but he never liked things for show. He liked things simple, and we live simple. We live simple. One thing I used to tell Pravin that I envy him for, that he has so much family time. I focusing more on my career and trying to make a security for myself and family. But I always tell myself, boy, I wish I had time like you to spend with my family. Something that I regret up till this day. Up till this day. He knew what family was all about. Not me. As a matter of fact, I learned a couple of things from Pravin. Although he was the smallest brother, I learned a couple of things from Pravin. One thing he taught me, how to be a better version of myself. One thing he taught me, how to be a better version of myself. He taught me how to react to situations. He taught me to have patience when reacting to situations. And for that, I'm entirely, nobody can teach me that except Pravin. And for that, I am grateful. It's not an easy thing. Losing one of your brothers. Like Ashley said what night it was, hey, that is weird. That is weird. And if I give you all the story, when my first brother died, he died on the 6th of March. 6th of March. When I took him to the hospital that morning, and I came back, my mother looked at me and said, where is her son? Up till this day, I can't answer that question. Up till this day, I can't answer that question. A couple years after, I lost another brother, my elder brother, Anand. And he went on the 7th of March. And it just so happened that we had some bad karma, me and Pravin, some bad karma to pay off on that day. Because when they called me and told me what happened, I called him and said, jump in the car. He started his B13. We're going to be road, so because we couldn't handle it. We couldn't handle it. And we had to get on the phone to really verify what we're hearing. So then two of us had to come home now and tell my mom and dad, who were sitting there, break into Takari, and say, look, all I need to go to Florida now. That is 7. A couple years after that, my father passed away on the 8th of February. And I told him, 9 is my favorite number. All you know that? I said, nobody don't take that from me. Pravin went on the 9th of April. So this morning, while viewing the body, I asked him, my other brother, who is only just 2 of us now, I said, you want 10 or you want 11? Because it was in ascending order. So, but we go fight for that. We go fight for that. So again, people, I would like to thank you all very much for, it is evident. It is evident the kind of love you guys have for Pravin. Whether it is the musical feel, whether it is in the humorous feel, whether you, look, we have room under the tent across there now, so don't stay in the sun, please. It is evident by your appearance here this morning, by you coming here to show your love, that the kind of love that you had for Pravin. And I thank you for that very, very much. So I'd like to call now, we're going to have a joint eulogy. So, Satish, Ashley, who's coming?
Om Shri Sairam, Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum, and a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Reverend elders, brothers and sisters, pundits, friends, well-wishers. My name is Satish. I am the second eldest nephew of my Uncle Pravin here. And never in my mind I would ever think I would have to deliver a eulogy, especially for him. So I didn't prepare anything. And, I was volunteered on behalf of some of the cousins and the Persad side of the family. Let's just say a couple words. Many of the speakers that went before me, they said most of his stuff already. But evident to Pravin's life, the amount of people I see here, I know he would have some kind of connection or some kind of touching to you. And when I say touching, I mean physical touching. He can't see you and don't hit you or pinch you. Am I right? Correct. I sure everybody here got a pinch or a choke or something from Pravin already. And that's the kind of spontaneous and, joyful. I always said Pravin stands for prankster. The amount of pranks that this guy used to do. So, born on 27 July 1976, our birthdays were very close to each other. And he was born to my grandparents, Shanti Persad and the late Pandit Ram Naresh Persad. And being the last child or the last son in a house here filled with the extended family, you all could agree how spoiled this man was. And he would have everybody at his side, and he would have everybody running towards. Once he sneezes or coughs, somebody's coming. And the love everybody had for Pravin, I know he went to we just go through the basics. He attended the Penal Government School. I just heard the pundit before said, they had so much fun memories with him there. He attended the Penal Junior Secondary School, then the Siparia Secondary, and then he started his working life, and he moved from career to career. And I think with moving from career to career, I always think you should have one stable job. But when I look at it and I thought about it this morning on my way here, if Pravin had not jumped from job to job, he would not have met and touched so many lives any spot that he went in. Anybody he met, you could be crying or you have a sad day and you meet with Pravin, and he tell you some joke. Is that you laugh out that cry or you continue crying laughing? That's how the guy was. And for most of the nephews in the family, he had this gift. He was so talented. My nana was so proud of him. With his talent towards the drum. And no matter what he put his mind towards any instrument, he could have done it. From an early age, we were already beating our nanny's counter because we used to stay here where my parents had to work. And we had been beating the counter. And he bought, I think, I could be corrected, but I think he bought me my first red dolak. And everybody in the family, we got this musical inclination from him. Because when I look back, we have no family members who were musicians. And he was so talented that, regardless of what instrument he played, he did it to his best. When my brother and I, we started to just show us simple little things, how to knock the drum. And my parents decided, you know what, let's get the boys into the music school, BVS, down the road there. And he went with us to purchase our instruments. So I chose to play the tabla. My brother chose to play the harmonium. And while we were there to buy those instruments, my uncle started to play those instruments. And I thought he could have only played the drum. But this man started to play the tabla. He started to play the harmonium. And when they bought that tabla and he came home, it was sounding so bad, it wasn't in tune. And he had to look for the little sticks to put on the tabla. And he said, hey, you have crayons? You have color pencils? Bring it. And he put that color pencils on that tabla, the bass, and sent it down to get that tabla to sound so sweet. That's the love that he had for music. He accompanied so many great local musicians. Boodram Holas, we had Auntie Molly here last night. So many stages that he touched. He had a voice, a so powerful voice. I don't think anybody else in the family has that voice. I listened to the DJ truck, no offense, this morning, but I did not hear that clarity in my uncle's voice. That longing for that voice is what we really missed. I always remember, he would have to help to pick us up from school and carry us to lessons. And he would do that because he had to pick up my aunt from work. She used to work in San Fernando. And we went to school in San Fernando. And from the traffic light on the bottom of 3rd Street, we would know he's coming. But we have to go home with him. We have to go to lessons with him. But this man coming there, he wind all the glass on his B13, locked the windows, and he put on the loudest Ramdeo Chaitu or some local classical he coming there with. And it's loud and everybody know Satyaj and Satyam uncle coming. And he would stop in front of that school and come out and don't want to go back in the car because that music playing and we had to sit down in that car. And more so, going to lessons now, we had to start the carpool. So some days when he couldn't make it, one of my friends' dad used to take us. And that man, well, he's an old man, he boring, whatever. But one day he had to take all of us to the lessons. And this man started to give them all kind of jokes, right? And from that day, nobody wanted to go with the friend father again. Everybody wanted to go with Satish uncle because that love that he had, everybody gravitated towards that love. And I think, yes, my uncle lived his life. He went through so much trials, tribulation. But who doesn't? Who doesn't? Right? And most importantly, if you look at this thing here, we saw 27th July to 9th of April. But these are only dates, right? Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba says, that is only the dress of life. His dress got too old, throw it away and he get a new one. But we are still wearing that dress. All of us here are still wearing that dress. And the most important thing on these dates is little dash in the middle of these dates. Is that dash represents basically how you live this journey. And while his journey came to the end, and at such a tender age, his journey came to the end, but we are still on this journey. So what are we personally doing? Last night, I just, I went up to just ask my aunt before I left here. I said, what year Ole got married? And I was so happy. I was so happy that I woke up that step last night to ask that question, what year you got married? Because I got the opportunity to sit and just listen to her. And she shares so much memories. And what stood out to me, I asked, she said they got married in 2002. And then I said, so how will you meet? And then the story started. She said, I think he went to was it a show? A fundraiser. And he saw her there. And he found out and he got the last name for this girl. And what he did, he came home. And in those days, I don't think we had a popular cell phone or a smartphone we didn't have. So he took the telephone directory and he started calling every bridgelal in the Princestown area to find out if this girl lives there. And he was so persistent to get this girl. And my nana, I didn't even know it. I thought we was the fault. My nana, knowing that this man sending up the phone bill looking for this girl, he put a box and a lock on the phone. And I always thought up to last night that they put the box because Satya Mana used to interfere with the phone, not knowing to prevent Pravin from sending up the phone bill. And lo and behold, he got married to my beautiful aunt. And their journey started. Then forth came two beautiful, talented, sweet, where's Pavita? Sweet children. And today we stand, they are very young, they have their whole lives ahead of them. And I ask that everybody present here, my uncle, he would have treated your own children like his own. So treat his children like your own. And look out for them, be there. I don't want to go too much because there's another side and it's getting late. But, focus on his life came to them. Focus on what could we do. How could we lead a life in order to leave this life? Leave that trademark. Leave your own trademark. And Pravin's trademark, he brought light, he brought joy, he brought laughter anywhere he went. And our country needs that. We are too tense. Our country is bleeding, it's crying. Take some of his laughter. If you remember some of his jokes, crack the jokes. And, spread love, spread laughter anywhere you go. So with these few words, I like to thank again everybody for coming out. I like to, also, this is not normal, but acknowledge the duty. My aunt did her duty towards her husband with so much love. So again, thank you. We love you. And I pass you on to Ashley and Tanika.
There are some who bring a light so great to the world that even after they have gone, the light remains. We are here today to not just bid farewell, but to celebrate the life of a man of great talent, a loving soul, a generous heart who was loved by many, my Mousa Pravin Persad. Our hearts are broken yet again, just after 3.5 months after our Nana. Our dear Mousa Pravin came into the Bridgelal family in 1997. He wasn't just a son-in-law, but a son to his mother-in-law and his late father-in-law. They loved him very much, and he did as well. He was loved by his sister-in-law, Aunt Sarubai. He would say all of us, his nephew and nieces, were his children. Mousa Pravin was our family organizer. He would organize prayers, parties, chutney shows, boat cruise, family vacations, beach limes, or even a normal Sunday lime by his in-laws.
Every occasion or special day we celebrated together, he would take pictures and videos of everyone, and the crazy fond ones of my mom, Sabi. The next day, he would send it for everyone. Mom would laugh and then quarrel and tell Auntie Paro, make sure he leaves home his phone next time. But we are so happy we have thousands of pictures and videos and a lifetime of memories. Which we are so thankful for. He will be remembered for the love he gave us and the happy times we had. We know that the past year has been a truly hard one for both him and his family, but he fought this battle well and never wanted to leave his beautiful family. His wife, his doll, as he would say, his life wire, his pride and his joy. His 2 beautiful children, who we admire, he did everything for to make sure they were happy and well taken care of. Words cannot begin to describe how we feel losing you. We wish you could have been here to see us grow older. We promise to always be here for your family. We will forever love and miss you. We know for sure your name will live on forever because you will always remember our great Mousa Pravin Persad. Now you will be with our Nana, singing, beating drum, and dancing in the abode of Shri Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is evident that Pravin was everybody's child's father. Evident. One time he put a bread and cheese sandwich in the glove compartment of his car. And he forget about it. He going down Maracas. Well, you know, Pravin, beach lime, he gone. Going down Maracas, roadblock. But if you know your vehicle, you know your vehicle. You don't have to look for anything. When the police officer asked for the license and insurance, for license in the pocket, he go in the glove compartment, pull a sandwich and give it to the officer. And the thing, it was smelling bad. So that is Pravin. I'd like to call Guruji Ravi Bharati to the microphone, please.
Namaskar to everyone this morning. Whatever is gained in the passage of time shall be lost in the passage of time. The physical body has been gained on a particular date, a day, month, year, hours, minutes, seconds. In the passage of time, every one of us will be gone. In this song it says, this journey of life, who really knows this journey of life? In truth and in fact, none knows this journey of life. None really understands the journey of life. It goes something like this. Zindagi ka safar hai ye kaisa safar koi samjha nahi koi jana nahi जिंदगी को बहुत प्यार हमने दिया मौत से ही मोहब्बत निभाएंगे हम. It says in this journey of life, I have loved every individual I have met. Even till the moment of death, I have still adhered to the practice of loving every individual. Why? Because every individual is a creation of the Creator. And if I love the Creator, I cannot hate the creation of the Creator. Pravin and I go back decades ago. Many occasions we both had the opportunity to be in each other's company, of playing together. And the last time I spoke to Pravin, when we were in Mala's house, Mama was still there with us. And I told him, I said, Prav, appreciate. And I told his Dulahin, in the presence of his Dulahin also, I told him, I said, Prav, appreciate everything that you have with your Dulahin. With this, my friends, my condolences to the family, Mama, and all the other family members. Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Also in our midst is Pandit Atma, who we'd like to call as well to give his blessings and words of encouragement. Pandit Atma.
Almost always when we are in such a mental blanket of sadness, it really puts us in a position of, what to say. In 1977-78, they are about Pravin's dad and his mom, myself and the late Pandit Jadunath Mishra. We are very friendly because I met Pandit Ji at Pandit Jadunanand's home. Pravin was maybe about 3 or 4 years of age. And his memory is etched in my brain because, he was always a gleeful, winsome kind of guy, very happy fellow, go-lucky kind of individual. And I was browsing through the program and I recognized that there were others who have passed. So life is very fragile, and for us, as we remember his magical fingers, his love for life, his many satsangs and singing experiences with many of the famous ones in Trinidad. And there was a time where himself and Pandit Mohindra, who has also passed. And it's kind of like really surreal, because I also performed at Panditji's funeral, and I was thinking on my way here that how very strange this life is. So today our footsteps have led us here. Even I thought that I could not be elsewhere this morning, but to join with Parvati. I, officiated at the wedding ceremony. She is my sister, and the family, that is Pravin's Dharam Patni, and their side of the family have deep and strong roots in religious life, and Parvati would have lost her father. In fact, I was abroad in Thailand or somewhere maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, the phone kept ringing. I saw his number, but I was thinking that maybe, like sometimes he would send some kind of music or some kind of drumming for me or something. So I thought he was just sending something. So I didn't really answer till he called 3 or 4 times, and then he said, my father-in-law passed on. So today I would like to join with the family, and more so the Dharam Patni and his children, his son and daughter, and by extension the brothers. They belong to a very eminent, prestigious, illustrious, famous, glorious family. And just to be part of the network of this family is a great, great blessing. So today we are poorer for his loss, we are richer for his life, his love for music, the love for family. And all we can do today is to maybe allow our positive thoughts to be a platform, a springboard, some kind of energy that can lift his soul during this time. T.S. Eliot once wrote that fame is a vapor, popularity is an accident, and all that remains in life is good character. So maybe we all say a prayer together as we think of the Atman. Om yad yada charitam srishtastat devo tarajana yat pramanam krute lokastat anuvartate Om anadhinidano deva shankachakra gadadhara akshaya pundarikaksha pretamoksha prado bhava. So may Bhagwan's blessings, Baba's blessings be upon all of us, upon the Atman, upon the family, upon his beloved mother, to grant them his curative hands during this very difficult time. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Blessings.
Thank you very much, Panditji. Before we call the next speaker, we have Pravir. Pravir. Okay. So, as many of you will know, Pravin had worked in the PDRC, Debe Regional Corporation, and the PDRC was very, very supportive with the family, with Pravin. So I would like to call on his boss slash brother, I think brother Trump boss, right? Okay, brother, boss, co-worker, Mr. Dave, to come and give a few words.
Sitaram, everybody. Sitaram Panditji, other Pandits, fellow workers of Debe Regional Corporation, extension to this immediate family, condolences from my family. Also, the CEO and administration of Debe, the chairman and council of Debe. Most of all, the workers of transport section in PDRC. Today is a very sad day for us because listening to all the other speakers, how Pravin was this so joyous guy. Same he was in transport. When he comes to work in the morning, he never disrespected anyone. Like other government workers, they will say morning. He will say Sitaram. Knowing that the family he came from. Pravin was very joyous in his work. If he spent 45 minutes waiting to get dispatched, 40 minutes is having everybody laugh. So we started sending him out very fast. The other 5 minutes, he will sit down and listen to anybody talking nonsense and quarrel start. Put everybody in their place, X, Y, and Z. I'm so lost for words this morning here. Knowing that me and Pravin went back a long way. We may probably have the same lineage. We may not come from the same mother, but we were like brothers. Pravin Persad, will confide in me. I don't know if he had confided in his brothers and sisters like how he used to confide in me. He says, hey, Bhayo, you home? I say, yeah, boy. He said, I want to speak to you. And he would come and we would sit down prior to his first surgery. And he would talk and he would ask questions, if he should or shouldn't and whatever. But he had supportive guys in transport section. I would like to call their name, like Amar, Bodhi, Fat Boy, Steve. These fellas, I used to jokingly tell him a lot of things if he goes for the surgery. But all the joke was said, we give him assurance that we would be there for him. Lo and behold, we couldn't pick up that mantle. Sorry to say. And the person that picked up that mantle after a second surgery, I have known her for a little period. And we have become fast friends. That is his sister Vashti. And the guys in transport was happy for that. Knowing that we couldn't pick up the mantle to what we promised this guy, that his sister, I would say God-sent sister, did what we promised to do, and we couldn't fulfill that. So I must say thank you very much, Mama. And also while we had discourse, Pravin was reminiscent about his dad, his grandfather, and my father also passed away. And both of us, whilst talking about our parents, we would start to cry. So this was the guy that I'm speaking of today here. He had a lot of passion for everything that he did. And as the other speakers and Panditji would say, if he had committed any mistakes, none of us are perfect. And we ask that please forgive him. And before I leave it this morning, everybody has said that, we come with nothing, we leave with nothing. But that's not so. I stand for correction, Panditji. We come here with a promise. Yes, we leave with nothing, but we leave with two guys for us to answer when we go up to the Lord. So, my brothers and sisters, as we make our promise before we come into this earthly existence, is that we promise the Lord to be good. We promise the Lord to be a good Hindu, Christian, or Muslim. We promise the Lord that we will always be in satsang, in the church, temple, or mosque. But as we grow older, our hands started to open. We started to forget. We started to forget the promise we made to the Lord. And we get so tangled up in material things. We get so tangled in material things that we forget the temple, we forget God, we forget the promise. But the two fellas on both of our shoulders, they take in all them. Well, we have flash drive now, right? Easier to remember. So these fellas and them will take everything that we do. Reason for I say in this, ladies and gentlemen, that this gentleman here is giving us that example here. He has lived his life 48, 49 years, right? His holiday has come to an end. And this little holiday we have is our turn after. Ours are behind us. So if now, I'm sure everybody gone to hundreds of funerals and they might keep on hearing that one person lying, everybody sitting and some standing. But yet as we leave the creek or we leave this here, we forget. We have a tendency to forget. But it's only when we come to the occasion, then remember what the Pandit pastor or priest will say. So it's our time now that we should reminisce on the bad things, the good things that we do, and move forward. Right? Everybody here come to pay their respect to Pravin. We should put a little time to his family. They are in need in support presently. So with this little 1-2 words, Panditji, if I made any correction, I stand for forgiveness. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dave. Also, I was just told that the councillor for our area is here, Kimar Sicharan. Please make your way to the microphone. Thank you. Pedal fast.
Sitaram, everyone. You know, you would think it'll get easier to speak at ceremonies like this. It's never the same. And there's no words. There's no words that you could ever say to anyone, family members, friends, well-wishers. Somebody needs to come up with a word in the dictionary that when you say that word, you can get comfort. But there's nothing that you could say that really gives you comfort when you have to go through something like this. And especially when you have to go through something where, you know, the person has been so young and you feel like there was so much more to offer. And when you look at the talent that Pravin had, you would want him to live for thousands of years. I saw some of the Facebook posts of songs he would have done. I mean, across Trinidad, everybody will speak about his drumming skills. They'll speak about how much he did for culture. And it's really sad that today we have to say goodbye to him. But I know that he would have made a mark, he would have done his part, and he would have added just a little bit more to where we go as a country, as a community, as a culture. But more so, he'll be missed in this community. Today, yes, I'm here as a counselor, but I'm also a neighbor, just a few houses down. And his family, his mom here, his father would have started. I grew up coming here to satsang. They would have prayers so often. It's really a big loss to the community, and I know everyone is going to feel that. They're going to feel that loss, they're going to feel that pain. So I really wish there was something that I could say to the family to say that, you know, it's going to be okay. But all we can do is go to God in prayer. We can go to God in prayer and pray for his soul, that wherever he may go, that he may continue his journey and be in a better place from where he was. But also let's remember the fun, remember the happy times with him. I had a short time with him at the corporation, and he was always so full of life, you know, doing all the things. No matter where you meet Pravin, he was always so full of life. And this election time coming around, before election time even come around, he was there on the ground doing everything. He was always so involved in so much. It's really a big loss this morning, but let's all say a prayer, whether it be in your hearts. Say a prayer for his family. Say a prayer that they may continue to go on, and say a prayer for his soul that he may find eternal rest. Thank you.
You know, the councillor said he wish he could say something to the family. Well, tell them you go clean the drain, you cut the grass. Yeah. Continue doing the good work. That's a little bit of Pravin in me. Yeah. I see that Panadevchan is in our midst as well. Panadevchan, where you going?
प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. Sitaram, devotees, brothers and sisters. Today is indeed a sad day for the family, also myself. Because Pravin and I, we will always pass and look for each other, always meet up in satsang, always go places together. And the wonder boy is sitting right here. I was looking for him one night, Steve. You see these two fellas, Steve and Pravin, unbreakable, you know. Anywhere they go, they will all see them. And watch me. This one's the giddy talk and this one's the patch. Trust you. I will miss that. Listen what I tell you, I will miss that. Because they never was serious about, if they say something, they won't joke. And that used to make the pleased and the function lively. You know? So to our dear brother Pravin, his Dulahin, his Chiran, Mama, all his brothers, sisters, let me extend my sympathy. But this is a message to you and I. You see this here this morning? It's a message to you and I who is alive. Cherish life. Cherish life and live every God day as it was the last one that we had. Today our dear brother Pravin is lying there, unable to hear me or unable to see who is here this morning, you know. But he lived a good life amongst everything. Everybody have their ways in life. We must respect that. But he lived a good life, you know. So may God bless his soul. May God protect his atma. As he now will begin a journey on his own. All of us as friends and brothers and sisters to him will not be able to accompany him there. He has to make this journey for himself. And one day to come, you and I also will have to make this journey. Pravin has prepared himself to make this. He left us behind now to prepare ourselves to make this journey to God. With these few words, my devotees, may God bless his soul. May God bless his entire family. And may his Atma have a peaceful journey back to Krishna Bhagwan. Sitaram.
Pranji, thank you very much. I know Pravin was an entertainer. And we have one of his entertainers, fellow entertainers in the midst, so we'd like to call Auntie Molly just to say a few words.
Sitaram to every one of you here today. I must say, 28, 29 years back, Pravin was my first drummer. And whenever we go out to sing day, Pravin always have we laughing. Some kind of mischief he always doing with his mouth, with his face. And something I will always remember Pravin. Pravin was like a brother, like a son, and like a friend. Always joking. Anytime he pass in Albieri Trace, he always hail me out, call me out, saying some kind of thing for me to laugh. I must say, one thing I admire about Pravin, he was a kind of chul fella, but he did love his wife and 2 children dearly. It takes few people to commit that kind of love for the wife now. In this society, things going like flash drive with relationship as well. I must say thanks, Pravin, for everything you did, all the happiness, all the drumming and everything you did. I must say thanks and have a safe journey to your maker. God bless you and God bless everybody. Thank you very much. आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए मतलब के यार सारी सब है पराए इनके लिए है कितनी काहे को है झेला 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन का मेला We just passing through here. We just in a short holiday, so spend good and quality times with friends and family. We live in for just a few days. So thank you very much again once more. Love you all.
Thank you very much, Auntie Molly. So I think that that's it for our speakers. We'll now pass you over to Panaji. Okay. So, one of the sweet, beautiful child of Pravin, Pavita, she has something that she would like to say. She written her own speech. So.
Good morning. For those who may not know, I am Pavita, the daughter of Pravin. My dad was the best dad I could have ever asked for. He was the most loving man with a one-of-a-kind soul and had the kindest heart filled with so much love and care, especially for my mom, brother, and I. He was our biggest supporter and the proudest dad. He was there at our side through everything and always showed up for us. He protected me my whole life. He was always there to help us and gave us everything we wanted and needed. If we ever needed help, we knew our dad was always there. He'd go anywhere and do anything for us. He did everything he could to make us happy. My dad was like my best friend. I was always making food for him, sitting down on the couch with him, eating late in the night while we were watching TV, and then go in his room when he was going to sleep to harass him, even though I was always harassing him during the whole day. He always made sure his family was good and well taken care of. Even when he got ill, he would still try his best to do everything for us, and we will always be thankful for him. He always made sure we knew how much he cared for us, even through the littlest things. Before he got sick, every night, before he went to sleep, he would always come to see me in my room just to make sure I was okay and would tell me to go sleep. And eventually, when he got sick and he stopped coming, I would go by him and I would lay down and hug him and give him so much kisses and even cry seeing him like that, because I know I was losing my dad. And losing him was my biggest fear. I could go on and on talking about him. There are so much memories he left me with, but there will never be enough words to describe the love I have for him. I was never ready to lose him and could have never imagined life without him. Now I don't know how I'm supposed to live with him not here, but I'm grateful for the time I had with him, even though I wish it could have been longer. I hope you are okay and at peace, Dad, and I pray that one day I'll see you again. You are everything to me. The love I knew you had for me and the love I had for you was like no other, and I would cherish that bond for the rest of my life. I love you with all my heart, and I'm so sorry you had such a hard battle to fight. You are the strongest and greatest man I know. You meant the world to me, and I will always miss you. Rest in peace, Bess.
Thank you very, very much, Pavita. It took a lot of courage to come here and do that. You know, one evening on his bed, Pavita saying that she'll be home for 4 months. And she said she's going to look for a job. She said, she asked him, Dad, you want me to work? He just shook his head, no. He didn't want his princess to go to work. So I'll pass you over to Panaji, who will be continuing the service here this morning, and then I think we have two more speakers after that. So Panaji.
Bole se Ayodhyapati Ramachandra ki. My dear devotees, what can I say? I have no words again to say. What I can say is 3 things. Pravin has taught everybody. Learn to live life with laughter. All right? And I will sum Pravin up like that. Learn to live life with laughter. Once I have read a saying that says that laughter is the greatest medicine. One thing I can tell you, Pravin could have eat pain in these last days. And indeed, God bless him. God bless his wife, his children, his family, extended family, for that support. To give him that support to go through his last days. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. But only he and he alone know what he had passed through. And my dear devotees, I take this opportunity as we all clasp hands together. Let us offer prayer in the name of that divine. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam Navakanjalochana Kanjamukakar Kanjapara Kanjadunam Kandarpaya Ganithya Mitha Chabhinav Nila Nirada Sundaram Patapita Manahutarit Ruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram Bhajudena Bandhu Dinesh Danav Daityavanshani Kandanam Raghunandayananda Kanda Koshal Chandra Dasarata Nandanam Siramukuta Kundala Tilaka Charu Udharu Anga Vibhushanam Ajanu Bhuj Shar Chap Dharsan Grama Jit Kar Dushanam Iti Barasi Tulasi Das Shankar Shesha Muni Manaranjanam Mama Hridaya Kanjani Vasukuru Kamadi Galadala Ganjanam Mane Jahira Cheumila Hisovaru Sahita Sundara Savaru Karunanidhana Sujana Shilu Sanehu Janavaravaro Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam Navakanjalochan Kanjamukakar Kanjapara Kanjadunam Shri Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram. Today I will tell you, my dear devotees, we have lost a storehouse of knowledge in terms of drum, in terms of singing, second to none he had almost the exact voice of Boodram Hulas. And if you close your eyes and you hear Boodram sing, and you hear Pravin sing, you couldn't tell the difference. My dear devotees, I know Boodram trained him well, and he played dholak for a lot of devotees, and a lot of pundits, a lot of entertainers, satsangis. And I would ask you, please give Pravin a very hearty round of applause, because he is one of the best drummers that Trinidad and Tobago have produced. And we ought to salute him in this nature. And I had the privilege to sing Ramayana with him. And you see his son, well, he's following. How much drum you done win? About 10? He does only play one, but he must win about 10 drum already. Pravir has taken up that talent, and I'm very proud of that. And he continues to do so. Today, Pravin has touched the hearts and the minds and the homes of a lot of us. Bhaiya, if I give everybody, or Diana and give everybody a chance to say something, we are going to reach on the cricket. So, I know there are other speakers. I will still have my final say, don't worry. Bole se Ayodhya Pati Ramachandra ki.
Sitaram, everyone. You know, I need to mention one guy, but I need for him to stand. Jesus, can you stand, please? Stand, please. That guy was Pravin caregiver, right? Pravin didn't want to do anything again without him, right? So, from the family, thank you very much. We have on stage, is there any member from the Ramakrishna Mandir in Moyes Road here? Any members on the outside here? Okay, so we have on stage members of the Ramakrishna Mandir Chautal group, and they're going to do a couple of verses of Chautal for us. Thank you. And Pravin was the drummer. Okay?
Sitaram, everybody. Pravin and I, he was my drummer. I used to call him my drummer. And in 1995, Mommy would have called me and say, well, we had to perform for the 150th anniversary of Indian Arrival Day in Skinner Park. So first question I asked you is, my drummer ready? She said, yes, Pravin there. I said, okay. That morning we went to sing and perform. Pravin was with me, and I remember we had to perform right before Boodram Hulas came on stage. And Boodram asked Pravin and I to introduce him. And the introduction went like this. Sanghe, 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 Lagal Kanhaiya. अरे गोकुला चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया गोकुला चली जाओ संगे लागल ओ संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया ओ संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल हाँ हाँ गोकुला चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया गोकुला चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया अरे भूखा लगे भोजन कहाँ पई हो भूखा लगे अरे भूखा लगे चौहू भूखन
Pravin being our drummer, there was only one drummer I used to always ask for when I sing in Chowtal. Anywhere I had to sing Chowtal, I have to ask for Pravin. Of recently, now I had to start calling on Pravir to sing, to play Chowtal. And he was one of the best drummers, learning by music, just listening to Kishore Pandit. He was one of the best Chowtal drummer that I knew. And we just want to dedicate Ramakrishna Mandir. He was our drummer all the years, and we just want to dedicate this one time. Swami ki jai, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, ghare raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, bhaye raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, ghare raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, bhaye raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, ghare raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, bhaye raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, ghare raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, bhaye raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, ghare raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, bhaye raho pyar, Bhaguna bharaye diladar, ghare raho pyar, ओ ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, ओ ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार मिराए, हो ढोल मंगाए देव नए हर से देहु नगार भांग ताल कर ताल झांझ जप, 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 अभे चल सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, चल सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, चल सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, चल 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 सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, ये है चल सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, सारच देहो धोवाए, घरे रहो प्यारे, हे ब्रिज बसिया नाने के रसिया रुको ना मेरे दगारिया, हे ब्रिज बसिया नाने के रसिया रुको ना मेरे दगारिया, हे ब्रिज बसिया नाने के रसिया रुको ना मेरे दगारिया, हे ब्रिज कबीर भाई सुन लो मोर कबीर बजाएगा, सुन लो मोर कबीर, मुझे मैं सुन लो मोर कबीर। बहुत दिन बीता ब्रह्मपुरा के मन में भय उल्लास, कहे जा मन में भय उल्लास। हे शिव दर्शन के कारना कलिया ये कैलाश भला, देखो आए सवरिया गलिया में, देखो आए सवरिया गलिया में, देखो आए सवरिया गलिया में, देखो आए सवरिया गलिया, ओ देखो आए सवरिया गलिया में, देखो आए सवरिया हमें, देखो आए सवरिया गलिया में, 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 देखो आए सवरिया गलिया, ओ देखो आए सवरिया गलिया में, देखो आए बोलो बोलो अयोध्या नाथ सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, अयोध्या राम लला की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, पुरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। शरणम।
That's members of the Ramakrishna Mandir Chautal group from Mohesh Road. All I think they did well? Well, I hear all you. And the drummer is from Florida. So, I mean, you know, Pravin legacy lives on in the fingers of Pravir and Dylan. When you hear them first beat drum, you want to be to sing on it, you could dance just so. Ready? Okay, so we'll ask my good friend here to just sing bhajan or two. Yeah. Jai Ram Ji. My nephew will say Jai Ram Shri Ram. Jai Raj.
So this was one of Pravin's requested song every time I saw him. Take this back, sir.
मैया की ममता तज तज बाबा का प्यार, ग्वाल बाल की मित्रता, गोपियन की मनहार, तज के सब परिवार को तज मुरली की तान, अपनों से मुख मोर के मथुरा चले रे सुना सुना लागे विरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़े चले रे घनश्याम। सुना सुना लागे विरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़े चले रे घनश्याम। जमुना रोए मधुबन रोए, रोए कदम की छैया हो, रोए कदम की छैया। घर भर में ना रोए भर मैना रोए रे कवाले, रोए बिरज की गलियां। राह रोक कर रोए मनुष्य का हो राह रोक कर रोए मनुष्य का, बिछड़ रहे मोरे श्याम रे। सुन सुन लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। क्या बात है? बोल सके ना घर के पंछी, असवन से भर नैना, असवन से भर नैना। आजा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा, ना जा कान्हा, ना जा कान्हा। आजा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा, कूके रे पिंजरे की मैना। नदिया रोए गिरवर रोए, लेका ना का नाम रे। सुना सुन लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। प्रेम दीवानी राधा रानी, भर नैनन में पानी। ओ, ओ, प्रेम दीवानी राधा रानी, भर नैनन में पानी। सुबह कहे हाय रे कान्हा, हाय रे कान्हा, हाय रे कान्हा। सुबह कहे हाय रे कान्हा, तूने बिरहा की पीर न जानी। कैसे कटेगी तुम बिन साथी, जीवन की अब शाम रे। सुना सुन लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम। सुना सुन लागे बिरज का धाम, गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम।
Principal Ayodhyapati Ramachandra ki. My dear devotees, at this time I invite each and everyone to please stand. Let us all clasp our hands together, we close our eyes, we bow heads in prayer. As we take this honored opportunity to pay homage to Bhagwan, as we indeed celebrate their life and we pay tribute to Pravin, may his Atma obtain that state of rest. May all he has fought into this world, and his fights and his battles that he had fought, he has now become triumphant, that he is now successful, that indeed this body returns back to this physical plane. May Bhagwan bless him. May Bhagwan bless your home and members of this Debe family. That may Bhagwan grant you that state of strength and courage as well to fulfill your duties on a daily basis. Hari Om Yadakshanam Paramam Brishtam Matrahinam Chet Bhavet तत्सर्वं चाम्यतं देव प्रसिद्धः पुरुषोत्तमं मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तरस्तमि अनाधनि धनो देवा शङ्खचक्रागदाधरा अक्षया पुण्डरीकाक्षः प्रीतमोक्षप्रदो भव कृष्णा कृष्णा कृपालु त्वं गतिमागतिर्ना भव संसारगणागाव प्रसिद्धः परमेश्वरः यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानाय धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय कृतदुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो और कोई न केवल हारा हो फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर ले विष को भी अमृत कर ले तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर ले विष को भी अमृत कर ले पूर्ण कर ले सबकी आशा ओ पूर्ण कर ले सबकी आशा जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे प्रभु जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे ओम असतो मा सर्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमया ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय सब लोग आराम से बैठिए devotees you can kindly be seated at this time my dear devotees we allot a couple moments for those who wish to pay your final respects. Please listen carefully and don't come to ask me again. Arti is closed. So please, I am saying it openly, Arti is
Closed.
what I just say?
Arti is closed.
Right. So when you come in, you are coming to pay your final respects, place a flower, and you're coming in an orderly line from the feet, come round this way, and you will exit. So please give members of the immediate family first, and then you the general public, you can come and pay your last respects. Bole Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki
Jai.
I hand over to Jayaji.
What's the volume?
La 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 la. एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है। La 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 la, la 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 la। कुछ पाकर को ना है, कुछ को कर पाना है। जीवन का मतलब तो आना और जाना है। दो पल के जीवन से एक उम्र चुरानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है। तू डार है नदिया की, मैं तेरा किनारा हूँ। तू मेरा सहारा है, मैं तेरा सहारा हूँ। आँखों में समंदर है, आशाओं का पानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है। La 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 la। तूफान तो आना है, आकर चल जाना है। बादल है कुछ कुछ पल का आकर चल जाना है, परछाई न रह जाती निशानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है।
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the Member of Parliament for the area who's here with us. We just want to acknowledge the presence of the very distinguished Dr. Rudal Monilal. This song, this is a very special song that was requested to be played at this time by Pravin's mom. So we... Okay. Do beg your pardon. Okay, so we just want to invite the very distinguished Member of Parliament. Sir, because everybody is standing, let me ask you to join me on the stage here. Because most people are standing.
Thank you very much, Jairaj, Sitaram, Namaste to all this morning. In just a minute or two, I would not be long, since, as we all know, these occasions also carry a timeline with it. I want to take the opportunity on behalf of the executive committee of our constituency of Oropuchis, our activists, our members, to extend our deepest condolences to the Persad family on the most untimely death of our brother, Pravin. Many of us have been very, very familiar with him over the years as a very distinguished musician, singer, a dedicated worker, a committed father, brother, and it is a loss to this very distinguished Persad family, and we extend our deepest, deepest condolences and sympathy. The outpouring of grief this morning in such a dramatic manner is also testimony to the love and the care that our family, the families here, felt for Pravin. He will remain with us, his memory, his work, his love, his support, and it is truly an untimely event in circumstances that are also not the best. So at this juncture, I would just leave and tell you that we remain committed to assist the family in this period of mourning, and you have our deepest regrets, and the constituency joins me in extending condolences to the family. This is a very prestigious family in this area and this constituency that has given so much leadership in the community, and might I say in the national arena and the international arena. So without any further ado, I'll hand you back to Jairaj, and deepest condolences. Sitaram again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the very distinguished Member of Parliament, the Honorable Dr. Rudal Monilal. We just got a little message from a member of the audience that those of you who are viewing, making your way, we need to do it a little bit faster. We need to do it a little bit faster because there's a very long line of people who are here and want to get their last glimpse, a last look. Ladies and gentlemen, so those of you who may be standing around the box area and you may not necessarily need to be there, let me just ask you to go through a little bit. If you can go through a little bit so that the others can get a chance to see. And Dr. Monilal, I would not have said this under normal circumstances, but from one great voice, we move on to a greater voice. This voice is the voice of our dear brother Pravin. It is his song, a song done by brother Pravin. Let's
Oh, Prani re, Prani re. तेरे कर्म कहानी, तेरी आत्मा भी जानी, परमात्मा भी जानी. तेरे कर्म कहानी, तेरी आत्मा भी जानी, परमात्मा भी जानी. आत्मा के बारे पानी, तेरी आत्मा भी जानी, परमात्मा भी जानी. तेरी कर्म कहानी, तेरी आत्मा भी जानी, परमात्मा भी जानी.
That was the voice, brothers and sisters, of our dear brother Pravin. Just take this up.
जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, कैसे ढूंढे कोई उनको नहीं कदमों की भी निशा, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ। जाने है वो, जाने है वो कौन नगरिया, आए जाए खत न कबरिया, आए जब जब उनकी यादें, आए होठों पे फरियादें, जाके फिर न आने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ। ये बिरहा की, ये बिरहा की रात है कैसी, जो न माने बात है कैसी, कल उनको देखा मुस्काते चलते फिरते आते जाते, ऐसी आने जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले।
For just one moment, kindly sit for one moment. We just have one other speaker. During the midst, ladies and gentlemen, during the midst of an extremely important election, the very distinguished leader of the opposition has found the time to leave all that she has to do to join with the Persad family. It tells, ladies and gentlemen, of the importance of the life of Brother Pravin, and it also signals the manner of human being our very dear leader of opposition is. Let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, just to be patient for a couple of minutes as we introduce our very dear Mrs. Kamla Persad Bisesa, who is here with us. Let us give her a nice round of applause. She's here with us in the midst of an election.
Sitaram, everyone. I have come home today, a member of our Persad family, and all of you, family, friends, devotees, I say Sitaram again. I can't hear you, Sitaram. It is not a joyous occasion, but I told Mama, here, Mama, Pravin has gone to a better place. His suffering has stopped. And we all love Pravin. Everybody who's here, I know, love Pravin. We heard his song. He could sing. He could talk. He was a true Persad. He had my genes too, the Persad genes. And he kept everybody happy, Mama. Pravin had everybody happy. I see all of his family have come down from Florida. Again, not for Christmas, not for Diwali, not for Eid, but to see him off. He shared a love with us, all of us growing up. We grew up together. This was my first home. By Usha was his second home. And I know Usha was here with him throughout the hard days. When I come to these funerals, I say, when we are born, there's only one thing we are certain about. There's only one thing in life that is certain, and that is that one day we will die. We do not know when, we don't know how, we don't know where, but we know for certain, that's the only certainty in life, that we will die. And therefore, in the days between our birth and our death, what do we do? What do we do with those days that God has given us? And that's why I always say, see good, be good, do good, and good will always follow you. So no matter how hard it is, how dark it is, we have to strive to do what is right and try to do good. Because there's nothing else left when we are gone. All the gold and the jewels and everything else is gone. But it's what you did between when you were born to when you died. That will make a difference in your family's life and in your life. And Pravin made a great difference in all our lives. He was younger than me, yes, but he was the life of the family. You heard his own song just now. I brought tears to my eyes. He would beat that dholak, and that's who Pravin was. I know his wife and children will find it very hard. But ask his wife to keep the strength for the children. Keep the strength, and ask the children to keep the strength for your mother. Pravin would want it no other way. That is what he'd want for all of us. And Mama is here, I know it's very hard for her. I am a mother too, a grandmother. To see your son pass away before you is a very difficult thing. So all of you, your other sons are here. Your daughters are with you to give you that strength and courage. I will say no more, I will not campaign here. But I'll campaign tomorrow in Pinal. And I'm inviting all of you to join us at Bupsing Park tomorrow evening. Before I go, Baba, can we ask for a song? One song?
Yes.
Pinchiri.
Yes, sure.
Sitaram, everyone. And thank you all for coming. On behalf of our family, we thank you for sharing our grief at this time. And thank you very much.
Let us give Mrs. Bisasa, let us give her a nice round of applause. Thank you very much, ma'am.
पिंजरे के पंछी पिंजरे के पंछी रे हे तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को बाहर से तो खामोश रहे तू बाहर से तो खामोश रहे तू भीतर भीतर रोई रे भीतर भीतर रो तेरा दर्द न जाने को कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे क्या बात है कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी कल मदबोर, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को। चुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के या जिंदगानी रे। चुप के रोने वाले.
So, my dear brothers and sisters, this song, as we bid farewell to Brother Pravin, this song was requested by his mother.
तोड़ चलेगा जग से नाता, सदा सदा सो जाएगा। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा। धन दौलत और रिश्ते नाते सब पल में छुट जाएगा। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा। जिनको तू अपना कहता है, ये ना तेरे अपने हैं। तू राही है जीवन पथ का, ये सब सारे सपने हैं। टूटेगा जब सपना तेरा, सब अपना खो जाएगा। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा। जब से जग को अपना समझा, जब से रब को भूल गया। जन्मों से तू आता रहा, हर बार गर्भ में झूल गया। अब भी वक्त है सुन ले बंदे, बाद में
Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.